He's shown more courage in believing in what's possible than most people you will ever meet, and he lives the essence of personal responsibility. He has already touched the hearts and minds of literally thousands of people around the world with his international trainings, workshops, seminars, keynote speeches, and more recently, the most enchanting children's book you could ever wish to find. Quite simply for me, he's the person I respect most on this planet for his integrity, the purity of his intention, and the good work that he does in our world.
I thought his personal story was very, very moving, and that affected me greatly. I loved the fact that he'd overcome all these basically handicaps to most people that would be insurmountable to so many people.
Of all the motivational speakers I've seen, most of them put themselves above everybody else, and Brian doesn't. Brian's real. He's a proper person, and the simple fact that he stands up and tells people he couldn't read and write, that makes him a proper person. Because there's an awful lot of people out there that aren't educated and don't know where to start.
Brian Mayne has skills most people acquire through many years of formal training. He's an inspirational teacher and motivator. He talks from experience and speaks to the heart.
I know my story serves as an inspiring example for a lot of people because it's a story of overcoming challenge to go on to success. And my message is very simple. If I can do it, then so can everybody else.
Brian was born into a gypsy lifestyle.
My ancestors have been in the fairground business for generations. Each year I'd have 3 different homes, one on the Isle of Wight, one on the fairs, and then a third one just outside of Heathrow Airport.
As a result, Brian's education suffered. At 14, he opted out and joined the family business. From working on the fun fairs, Brian became Britain's youngest licensee at 19 when he opened a nightclub above his father's amusement arcade in Sandown. It was a license to print money.
I was a very wealthy person by the age of 27 and had most of the trappings that people consider to be success and was having a very good time of things. And then it crashed.
For 18 months, the business had been going downhill. Brian's life was in ruins. He was £1 million in debt with no job and no qualifications. He eventually joined a sales team where he met his mentor, Mike Rosewarne from Petersfield.
And he was teaching a very simple message, which was, if you think you can, you can.
Within 12 months, Brian could read and write, then developed a thirst for knowledge and workings of the mind.
I never went back to school. I didn't have any night class, no instruction or tuition from anyone. The only thing that I did was I worked on my belief in my ability.
He's not just do as I say, he's actually done it. He's walked the walk, he's talked the talk.
Whether it's helping children achieve their full potential or aiding multinational companies to get the best out of the workforce, Brian's non-academic approach seems to work.
It's common sense. Unfortunately, it's not always common practice.
The fairground child still has no qualifications, but his wisdom and insight can inspire people of all ages and walks of life.
If I had the ability to turn back time, I would not change any of it. In joining the sales company, I met a man who had been brought into the sales company, doing work very similar to what I do now, to start raising people's belief in themselves. And he started to say some things to me that made the biggest difference. One of the early things he said to me, which made me sit up, was this: if you think that you can, Brian, you can. And if you think that you can't, you can't. Because either way, you will prove yourself right. If you think you can do it, you'll find a way. If you think you can't, you won't even bother taking the first step.
Successful people think about what they want. Unsuccessful people focus on what they fear. The process of creation is the same in both the successful and the unsuccessful person. The difference is where they place their focus. The only thing that stands between you and you achieving whatever you want in life is you becoming the person who would achieve it. Now, I don't care if the situation is plucking up the courage to go and speak to somebody you find attractive, picking up the phone to make the call you've been putting off, putting yourself forward for the interview, for the promotion you know you deserve. The way you think about the situation will determine how you feel about the situation. And those two together will either inspire you to take action or keep you rooted to the spot in fear.
What I've discovered in teaching this in many countries to thousands of people is that the essence of taking you where you want to go is about getting a picture of it here. And if I ask people to sit down and visualize for, say, 30 minutes on whatever they want to achieve in life, most people can't do it. Their bum aches, they get tired, they get distracted, they look around the room. But if I ask people to create a goal map for 30 minutes, the physical effort of drawing and the mental concentration means whatever they produce on the outside, they also produce here on the inside. This is a way of holding your focus on an image of what you want.
Think your best thought. If you will do that, it will help you to create your best feeling. The two of those combined will lead you to take your best action, which will create for you your best results, and ultimately you will live your best life.
His speech is very powerful, his voice is very strong, and he's straight to the point. I like that.
Absolutely stunning. It was really marvellous. Yeah, I was well impressed with it.
For me, I liked the fact that he had his heart in what he was presenting. It was very simple, nothing complicated about it. And I liked the way he presented, or the way he made it so simple, the fact that what you think is what you become. He made that really simple, and it's something I'm going to think good things from today on.
I've got more potential to look to the future and to what I want to do when I'm older.
I can visualise myself actually conquering my dreams in the future.